There you are again. I never thought the two of us would meet again.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. I had feared I might not be able to rescue you from the debris of the temple, but enough of that. You're here now. There's a new threat that we have to deal with. After the fall of the barrier and the banishment of the sleeper, Beliar's wrath has grown even greater. A mighty artifact, so it is written in the old scriptures, will be brought back to this world when the god of darkness sends his henchmen out to search. This search has long since begun. Beliar's henchmen are desecrating the oldest shrines of the gods. The guardians of these holy places have awakened, and their wrath makes the earth tremble. Every powerful magician on this island can sense this wrath. And some of them have certainly begun to face the threat. You must become their ally. That's the only way to stop Beliar.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The sleeper
has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now. With his final furious scream, the sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come!" And they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Corinus, and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. A group of paladins they possess a powerful artifact. They call it the Eye of It. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must and once you have talked to him, you need to find it is the counterpiece to the Eye of Enos.
What exactly?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Enos himself, it will restore some of your lost strength. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about.
Why would?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know?
There are a number of reasons. The most important being, you have defeated the sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Enos. How would the paladin?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on,
How can I?
Just follow the path, but watch out. The path to town is not without dangers.
I need.
I can only give you what. Look around in my town.
I'll be
good. And one, since I have gone into exile.
Is that you?
Lester, how did you get here?
That was a crazy escape. After the barrier exploded, I wandered around the area for a while in total confusion. Then I spent days fighting my way through these woods until I finally found this valley here. Diego, Milton, and Gorn are still in the Valley of Mines. At least, I think so.
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds. Without their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a huge black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a dragon had come to kill me.
Did you see anything else?
No. I took to my heels and ran.
I'm on my way to Corinus. What do you know about the town?
Corinus? Well, it's a seaport. Nothing special. Why do you ask?
I must go and see the paladins who are said to be in town.
Really? They won't even let you into the town. And certainly not to where the paladins are.
Do you have any suggestions how I could get into town?
I certainly do. I worked for an old alchemist named Constantino some time ago. He has great influence in the city, and he's instructed the guards at the gate to let anyone through who can sell him rare herbs. So it's quite easy, really. You collect a large bunch of the plants that grow here all over the place, and then you pretend you're working for Constantino, and in you go. But don't collect a mix of this and that. The guards aren't all that bright, and they know nothing about alchemy. The bundle needs to look good to them if you want to get through. I think that 10 specimens of the same kind of plant should do the trick.
Thanks for the hint.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Zardas's tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
Zardas the Necromancer? He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry, he's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's temple. He's on our side. You need to tell Zardas about the shadow. It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it, not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Zardas's.
What do you...
If you keep going down that way, but be careful.
Hey!
Trouble?
Damn. Wait a moment. I know you.
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
To the city.
Well, well. To the city, eh? You may run into problems with the guards. They aren't letting just anyone in. In the past few days, one of those former psionics from the Valley of Mines came by here. He said he went into the valley below the big tower. There must be a way in there. Maybe you should talk to the fella.
Interesting,
Shadows? The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason. Now I work for the water maiden.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damned band...
Tell me.
I'm not really allowed to. All I can do is send you to Vatras. The best thing would be to talk to him. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need...
Weren't you?
Those crazy old days are over. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on it. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely. They're up to something big. It has to do with an
unknown region.
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in
What was...
Have you slept through the last... I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at... I guess I'm lucky. They didn't kill me. I let no idea how I'll...
You were robbed?
Yes. They beat me down and tossed... It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my... But without someone to watch my...
Can I...
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, you surely haven't held a prop... Well, I don't have any choice. So, pay attention. Down this path, the fellow's there. Let me know when you're ready.
I need...
Those swine haven't... I can give you a wolf...
You call that an... But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing...
Sure.
Hey, where do you come?
I've come from...
Exactly, you come... They're looking for you. There's someone here you have...
Who's looking?
Half of Carinus is after you. Ah, I see. So, you come...
Who should I...
To my leader. His name is Brago. So, what...
How do I...
You know, I'm getting tired. You come with me now.
Easy, my...
Oh?
This guy suggested that we should get an amulet together and share the profit. Once we reached our goal, he and his friends attacked me.
It sounds as though they got you involved with the wrong...
I was a convict.
You come from behind the barrier? Man, then...
I don't know you.
I was a digger in the old camp. I didn't have... But what is more important, someone has put a pretty price on your head. If I were you, then I would be very, very careful. But I think we boys from the penal cop...
Then I guess I better
it's nothing.
Can I have the pic?
Sure.
Is there anything...
You mean about the area here? The farther you go into the...
Who's the fella?
That I don't know.
And who would that be?
Hey man, I can't...
10 gold pieces.
Oh man, I really...
Spit it out.
Oh man, all right. His name is Dexter. There's a watchtower up there.
See? That way.
And just don't tell him who told...
There's bound to be a lot of...
What's up?
A guy named Cavalorn is coming to get you.
Rats, he's still alive.
Hey. Let's make...
Sure thing. Now, they're in...
You shouldn't have come here! You deserve that, lowlife.
So, that's done. Then I can finally
What sort of...
yeah. I don't know.
What about me?
Why not? Then I'll have a bit more time. One of the bandits must take it to Vatras. Tell him that I wasn't... And if he asks where... Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent... Otherwise, you may be taken...
Can you...
Sure. You can't remember anything?
I want...
Sure. With soft...
One less monster around.
Hey, stranger, I saw how you came. You can be glad you didn't come. We would have taken you for an escaped cop. You look completely... What do you want here?
I'm on my...
The way you look, you'll have to... And you... And where? But...
I was
Those filthy rabble. You had terrific luck. Most people...
Those bandits...
Why? Oh,
They picked a fight with the wrong...
Thank Innos. Here, it is. I'll tell the others about this.
I need...
I can imagine. But if you can pay for what you want, otherwise, go to him.
Where can I...
Well, on the... And don't... Well done! One dirty beast less.
Wait a minute.
Why are you... Whose side are you on?
I don't...
What? Don't mess with me, boy.
I'm
for the king? That's what the city got. But where are those bastards? I'll tell you, in the city. So leave me alone. Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? Up till now, since the paladins, if it goes some...
Tell me...
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore. I don't know much of everybody.
What about you?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice, but I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries. That's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have...
I'm looking...
I can't use another farmhand. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field. I could pay you with gold. The things are by the look... Anyway...
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit.
I need...
I can give you clean farm. Can you pay for them now?
How much?
Well, Malith said you... 70 gold.
Well, that...
suit your...
Hey, you! Here...
Well, that's not even 20 of them. Did you eat the rest? I hope not, buddy. Otherwise, get out there and get more. Go.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the...
Make me...
Good. I'll give...
Have you got any...
I don't.
Hey, you! I've got a few...
Great. Since you're here anyway, I think he stopped on...
Can you...
You can come back from...
Give me the gold.
Are you saying I can trust...
Who do we have here on your way to...
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. You could even be... I don't care.
What do you...
The way you... I can fit into... No.
How would... What do you want for...
I knew you were the... Listen, you will get the...
Just like that?
Just so. Do we have...
Sure. Give me that.
Here. Be careful with... one more thing. Don't even... As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence.
Show me...
Take your pick.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
And how goes...
Same as King's Paladin.
Can I help?
Do you know anything about...
What is there to know?
In that case, if you want to work for Lobar...
He offered...
Fetch me a bottle of wine.
Here's...
Lobar...
Is there...
I could have sworn I saw an Orco. Since then, I've kept at least...
Hey, you! Here's your frying...
Fine, let's see that. You've had...
Hey! Have you...
I don't...
How much...
Well, Will, you've worked the field. You helped my... Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying. Maleth said you chased the 40 gold.
Give me the...
There's a chest in my house, but don't even think about taking anything else.
What is it?
On your way to the city. Listen, you're certainly... Say, you'd...
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant. So I had to find out. Now I'm standing here with no idea. I have something. You'll help.
About...
Yeah?
They should let you pass.
That's just what I need. Man, I know. Nobody will bother me, this guy's excellent.
What? 50 measly gold?
Gold isn't everything, my friend. I have the feeling that... And who knows? Maybe... Crappy weather.
How?
What is it?
You aren't getting...
Why not?
Looking the way you do. We got enough.
I've got a pass.
Really?
Now, will you let me pass?
Well, go on in for a change.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar, Paladin of the King, our commander.
Since people have...
I haven't...
The Honorable Lord Andre.
Listen.
That can't be another lunatic. We have enough on. We can't.
Somebody.
Yes. I warned him.
I have come.
The sacred eye of Innos.
I am a magician.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted, but he certainly didn't mean for.
But
I don't want to. First, just start with.
Yet, it seems it's most annoying that the militia have still not been. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants. So don't provoke them when you.
all right.
First, the honorable paladin Lord hit that and only the but and oh. You'll as if you the thought of that himself.
How do I?
By express command.
I see.
If you
Never would have thought of that himself.
What? You're not. How can only if you want. Lord on.
Where can?
If you're looking for a place, the paladin, the trap.
I've got.
If I hear.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
He'd better shut up.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Ah, custom.
Ah,
you're in the right.
One of the paladins told me that I could...
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have one or two.
Why do the paladins...
I don't know what that's all about. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off this. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the now that the farmer's beside. Lord,
Who's...
almost all.
Uh-huh.
Don't even think about me.
Where?
They're all...
Tell me...
Khorinis is one of the wealthiest cities within the kingdom, even if it doesn't. But since the Orc War started, trade has almost come to a complete standstill. The king has requisitioned, which means that hardly any ships come into the harbor now. So, the supply of goods is very scarce now, and many citizens, nobody really knows what...
Completely.
You still owe...
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the market, but she has had that spot long enough.
And what's my part?
I will give you a letter. Then you go to Andre and tell him that she lands in... You have...
All right.
You're a clever lad.
How am I supposed to...
Let her show you her wares. And bear in mind, I am an
Someone's got to...
I've got...
Suit you.
These are bad times.
Someone's got to do the work.
How?
When the paladins, but they let Harris. Moreover, it's a.
What's...
But they come. I saw. That's not what I.
Show...
Don't tell this to anyone.
Don't tell this to anyone.
That's what I've always said.
That's typical, isn't it?
That's not what I heard.
That's what I've heard.
Really, how interesting.
That's terrible.
Martial law is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm. All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to...
Inos be with you.
I've got an important...
Well, you stand before one of...
It's about it.
The Eye of Inos. I have never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily... If there truly is an artifact of this...
That's why I have to...
Lord Hagen receives only... It is be...
I want...
Good. I can well use every aid. If you place yourself in the service of the power... However, I have my orders. My commander is afraid the spy... He wants to limit the risk this way. Therefore, you must...
Is there a...
Good. Listen, I have a problem. But the most important thing is...
What?
Recently, there have been a number of thefts in the city. Thus far, we have not been... The scum know their business. I'm sure that we're dealing with an... It would not amaze me if there were a thieves' guild in... Then I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia, regardless of what... But you must say nothing about...
Where?
If I knew that, I can only tell you this much. We recently turned the entire harbor district upside down. People there are not very talkative, particularly if you were... But you are an out... You could ask around...
What?
The goals of our... I can only tell you that there is no... You need...
What should I...
If it's a matter of... You... Further, however... Yes?
I'm
Good.
Let
me make it, but
I've come. Sarah is selling.
Sarah? The weapons merchant in the...
She has a letter in her pocket.
She won't get away with that.
I'm ready.
That may be, but you are still not a citizen.
From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills...
Really, how interesting.
Welcomes. I'm afraid I'm not.
That's terrible.
Have you got a...
No, I already have an errand boy.
That's not what I heard.
Show me.
That's an open secret. You don't say.
What do you...
I wouldn't know.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Well done. I have taken over her goods.
And it's going to get even worse.
Take your...
Everybody knows by now.
I've got to go.
Suit your...
Secret. That's not what my husband thinks. Who says things like that? That's what I've always said.
He knows, but I'm warning you. If you're planning on helping yourself without...
Just a moment. Do I look like a...
You won't be the first one to make off.
He had better shut up.
Somebody's...
I can't prove it. He's been hanging around the marketplace, and every evening he gets plastered at the beer stand down the street. I only looked away for a moment, and my purse...
Who says things like that?
I could get your gold.
Oh, and why would you do...
Husband thinks. Someone's gonna do the work. But that's terrible. That's what I've always said. And it's going to get even worse.
Well,
You've got the wrong man. If you want...
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Now that's typical, isn't it? Go away. Don't tell me.
I want... First, see if you can get my purse back.
Go away. Don't tell me that. That's an
What the
open
go...
secret. That's not what I heard.
How much?
50 gold piece.
If I hadn't seen it with
I'll
Be careful lately, so I shall...
That's terrible. I don't believe that.
What do you...
Listen, if you get my gold back for me from that...
Everybody knows by now.
Show me...
And it's gonna get even worse. I won't tell you a thing from now on. That's what I've always said. He simply talks to
I am every man...
Tell this to anyone.
Tell me...
He simply talks too much. He simply talks too much.
Where do you...
Harad, the smith, has been... Now all he does, he works for those... All I can offer you now is...
Don't tell this to anyone.
I have seen many pass through the eastern city. Some of those who came, I had never seen before in my life. But what happened the other? There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the cities. I haven't seen him since. I report, but Lord...
Go away. Don't tell me.
What? The mo...
Can't take care of everything for everybody.
Do you know who in the militia...
The fellow's name is Pablo.
Do you know where I can find...
He patrols around the city.
But that's terrible. You don't say.
Where...
Near Akil's farm.
I'll deal...
What? You want it?
How much is the matter?
That's a danger. Well, it's all right with me.
I don't believe that.
Shh.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. I can't take care of everything for everybody. Really, how interesting. He simply talks too much. But that's terrible. That's what I've always said. You don't say. That's not what my husband thinks. I won't tell her a thing from now on. Honestly, I witnessed it myself. That's what I've always
Listen,
said.
kid, we're
That's what I've always said. I can't take care of everything for everybody. Don't tell this.
Do you need an S?
I don't believe that. Don't
Do
tell
you?
this to
No.
anyone.
I either get him from the mom.
Really?
If you're interested, but he...
I don't
Where
believe
is-
that. That's not what
Where
I
did
heard.
he always goes to the east? He once told...
Talks too much. Don't tell this to anyone.
Has Const...
I once heard him say that the stuff grows near stones, near Lobart's farm. I think...
That's what I've always said.
Show...
Go away. Don't tell me that. Really? How interesting. He can't keep anything to himself. I can't take care of everything for everybody. I won't tell her a thing from now on. Go away. Don't tell me that. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I won't tell her a thing from now on. That's not what my husband thinks. He can't keep anything to himself. And it's going to get even worse. That's not what I heard. That's not what my husband thinks. Don't tell this to anyone. to anyone. I don't believe that. He simply talks too much.
And he works all day, too. Someone's got to do the work.
That's not what my husband thinks. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
I get so moved up. I've got no time for things like that.
Hey, you!
I don't know.
Who are you?
What?
Tell me
And why would I do that?
Cavalorn.
And what did he?
He said, you're in...
Aha.
Tell me...
And why would I...
Here.
For me? Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and his...
I see that you have gained Cavalorn.
Tell me...
And why would I...
I want...
You do?
What do you mean by...
I mean, there must be some... But I know nothing of...
What do you want to know?
Well, you could tell...
I carry an important...
What is this?
A large...
Dragons?
Zarda.
The necromancer.
I'm a former convict from the...
Good. You are a who has been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that dragons, and you, that all sounds rather Therefore, I must assume that I want to give you a chance.
What?
Know that you take on great... I do not let just anyone join. If you want to join the ring...
And that means...
Before we let a young man join our ranks, only then can I begin to
I have vanquished...
My ears hear many a tale, including the story about the... I have not heard that this was achieved by a single man. That confuses me slightly.
I have freed...
Even if you can read the great event in the valley, oh, the band...
So
Corinus is facing a great enigma. The number of people missing, if you can explain to me. However...
Yes?
You should take your message to the paladins first. I consider it a talk to Lord Hake. Since you are not, but I shall tell you.
Who are the...
I cannot tell you that, but you will.
Where are the...
They are exploring the route we... If you're interested in joining me, you can only participate.
Of course.
If you can...
But Lord Hay...
Yes, he will, no doubt about it. Provide the ring. We shall assist you, and you should talk about...
What community?
There are only 3 communities. These are the city militia, the monastery. The choice is yours. Laris can certainly assist you.
I shall...
Yeah.
Where should...
Most of those people disappeared.
Let me...
What have you...
Nothing... About... How much...
Ask Martin the provisions he has... You can find...
Is there...
You're a very persistent young man. I shall give you this ore amulet. It is an amulet. There are only... It could use... If it... The will of... It could be treated...
A will of the...
Will-o'-the-wisps are... They... They're...
Can the will...
More than look for close combat weapons? I think Riordian, perhaps...
Thank you. I've got this...
Those are artifacts from the... There are several, and that is the kind I am interested in. I shall give you... Great! Here.
Tell me...
What?
Wait. If you see give him this.
But the light was a torment for Beliar.
I'll never get this
All
open
that
without the right
Inos
key.
created was destroyed by Beliar.
Is it really true? Hello, stranger. You must be hungry and thirsty.
I agree with you completely.
There's little chance of...
Can you...
Me? Nah, there are...
Working on... What about the...
The merchants and master craftsmen. You should try to get accepted since I started working for...
I never knew that.
I need...
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with it. They say...
Why get so worked up?
What?
At the moment, I don't have the damned landowner...
These days.
No, but...
I'm not touching that.
And
Show...
That's been known a long time.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
There's nothing we can do.
What can I do?
What do you...
I can offer you everything. I still double.
What?
Sit the I have and you,
The...
every day if I'm.
Can you...
What?
I've got...
Well,
I don't...
you, buddy.
So...
It seems to be really. The question is,
What are you getting at?
I can help you, after all, but it'll cost you.
What are you at?
100 gold.
That's a whole day.
Take it easy. It isn't your.
But...
In principle, it's my Greta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she... But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master Thorben, get me the money and I'll... Like... How? It's quite simple. I'll use...
Help me...
One thing at a time.
Work...
Basic... That...
How do I...
You just have to... But if...
Why don't...
I would.
Is there...
Perhaps. If I think of anything...
Show me...
Hey!
Yes?
I've come from the main...
What can...
One of the paladin. He's trying to mobilize but you need...
Is it really true?
Who did you...
With a fellow named Valentino. I'm the...
I know better.
You could say that they robbed Bosper the bowmaker. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight, and Bosper right...
What I heard.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Welcome to my... I am Bosper. What brings you...
I need to...
Where the paladins are? You need as a...
I'm looking...
The last one just... Do you know any...
Well...
I could teach you. I'll pay you.
I want to...
Before I take you on,
What do you want?
I will teach you how to skin an animal. Then I'll know that you have learned. If it doesn't take...
Teach me how...
Right. You bring me...
What if I want...
Bald Herod and Matteo, Constantino the alchemist is a loner. And as for Thorben, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably... but no...
Will I...
all right. You work for me. At least that way you can... if...
What?
All he said was that it had become... If it...
About...
We...
Show...
I knew that would be a problem.
He doesn't see that. I can't help him.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
He never would have thought of that himself.
That all alone.
Hey, you!
Ah, this is not a good time for What winds of blue?
I'm looking.
Do you know anything?
The only thing
And what about luck?
Well...
I'm sorry, and I have no...
What if I...
All right, but you had better get your... Say...
Yes,
Then go to Vatras, the priest. He will tell you where you can find a priest. Once you have received the
So...
What good? I make my own up.
Can you teach...
For all I know, I'm not gonna teach you anything.
Can you...
Well, all right, but they won't. Yes and not.
And what?
His name is Elvrich. I was quite pleased with him, actually. But one day...
What?
How would I know?
How long is it?
I guess it must be...
Have you reported?
Of course I have. He can do...
Is... What?
Not...
I've come...
My niece?
She owes 100...
Tell me this isn't true. Ever since that little piece of work moved in, she's in debt with practically I had to borrow 200 gold pieces from Lamar, the money. Greta should be in the house. Go ahead, ask her. But I...
We shall see.
Hey.
What do you... My name is...
He wants his money. And did you let me tell you?
Cut it.
But I don't have the go...
Then we'll simply...
How dare you? Uncouth.
See, that wasn't...
And now, will you please leave my...
Here's your 100...
And? Did she...
None...
Good. You've helped...
Help me, son.
Don't worry. All the other masters will only...
hardly know who to believe these days.
Wait a minute. Your knee.
What? The brazen little serp. Give it back to me. I have to pay off Lamar.
I've already.
Damn. Oh well. A debt is a debt. At least you didn't keep the money. I guess I.
Listen to the wrong.
Hey, you.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere.
It can't go on like this forever.
Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like... Apparently, those guys...
He never would have thought of that himself.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
No, you've got to be mistaken.
Whatever you say, but if that happens to be your mug after all, and if you have some problems, keep them outside of this town. Things are different, and strangers who...
What do you...
They've all come from... But it's the... They're the...
What do you...
Oh, as far as we know, they're responsible. Those rats have one... There's two, but there's...
This...
Yeah.
I hardly know what to...
Where did the...
Aha! So it is your mug after... What do you want it for?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Let me tell you something. If I thought you were in cahoots with those bandits, still, I'd better report this incident. But to answer your question, we picked them up near the landowners, but they didn't look like Onai's people. I think they're part of it, but if you...
I'll remember.
I already thought as much.
That's been known a long time.
Right, if that's...
Where did you pick that up then?
Oh, no. Those are big words.
What are you getting?
Bring me an orcs, if you...
It can't go on like this forever.
Can the...
I never knew that.
Do you... Forget it.
Why get so worked up?
There's nothing you can do about it.
What do you want?
I'm looking to be...
Really?
I want to sign...
You have come to... As...
I want to...
With me? I invested... Go sign up...
Whoa.
I couldn't... There is a multitude of herbs out there. You probably don't even know... Here. This... Bring me a plant of each kind, and I... You...
I'm in...
Why? Are you injured?
Not really.
Get lost, then!
Show...
But Enos beheld what Beliar had done.
I'm asking you...
Why should I give...
I want to start an apprentice...
Go with a blessing.
Someone's gonna do
What can I... Do you...
That's not what my husband thinks.
I've come to...
That's good.
Actually, I wanted your...
But my son... How else?
I don't believe that.
So...
Well... That... You have more than 100 gold pieces. The Lord says give if you have. The church accepts your... I bless you in the name of it.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains.
You don't say.
We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord in us.
That's not what I heard.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
But that's terrible.
works.
Tell me about Innos.
Innos, our almighty, he chooses humans to be his tool, giving them magic and laws. We act in his name. We administer justice according to his will and preach his word.
That's an open secret.
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
Well, you need, and of course, to us, magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians. However, the path to acceptance is long and full of work and study.
Really, how interesting.
These are bad times.
Really, how interesting.
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic, but the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
But that's terrible.
I don't believe that.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
But that's terrible.
But that's terrible.
He'd better shut up.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
But that's terrible.
That's not what my husband thinks.
He can't keep anything to himself.
That's not what I heard.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's an open secret.
That's what I've always said.
That's what I've always said.
Who says things like that?
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Don't tell this to anyone.
That's not what I heard.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Who says things like that?
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
You don't say.
If I hadn't seen it with my own...
These...
Don't tell this to anyone.
Don't tell this to my husband thinks.
Someone's gonna better shut up.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Don't tell this to anyone.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Now, honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Someone's got to do the work. I heard.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Jorah says you...
Damn it! Keep anything to himself.
I don't believe you take care of everything.
Gotcha! You stole from Jorah, so I've come to tell you that you're... And now...
I'm nothing but a poor... What else can I do?
All right, I see. You had better...
Here's the dough, man!
I should turn...
What else do you want?
Get lost.
Oh.
never knew that.
Simply talks to you.
Nothing surprises me.
Who says things like that? These are bad times.
You listen to the wrong people.
Don't tell me that.
I'd have gone about it differently. It's really not my problem.
Someone's gonna do the work.
There's nothing you can do about it. Is it really true?
That's totally